Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Pauper Grind. And today we're going to be finishing the league we started last week. But before we get started, if you enjoy Goblins content, if you enjoy listening to me ramble, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more support the channel, $1 a month gets your name read out on every stream. We're going to start off by reading the members and jump right back into the league. From the top, Alpha Ronan, Tim's Top Decks, Elias Sutter, The Darth Newt, ADY100K, Jared Munsterman, Annan, Riberio, Cypher777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B-Rhyme, Gorvisker, Sliver of Nope, Scott McIntosh, Javier Hugo, Valeroth, Yorminger, Terrieth, Nito Brito, Trucker Philosophy, and you. Thank you so much for watching. You make the channel what it is. Alright, so we were able to go 2-1 to start the league last week. Now let's see if we can finish with a 4-1. Yesterday we went 4-1 with our modern goblins list. Mic check real quick. Perfect. And yeah, super excited. I think we lost to, I forget. I think it was really close round 1, round 2, and round 3. We were able to get there. This deck feels very strong. Basically, we play Mogwarts, but we're able to play like the Bushwhacker shell. We play 4 Bushwhackers, and we're much more focused on the aggro plan than the traditional combo deck. But I feel like that's fine because as long as we're able to like apply enough pressure, we can eventually top deck the combo and win through that. And if not, we just attack with 1/1s and deal them steady points of damage. But I hope you're having a beautiful day. Super excited to play some Pauper. Been having a lot of fun with the new schedule. Keeps all of the formats fresh and exciting for me. I usually don't play a lot of Pauper, and so this gives me an excuse to do it over and over again. I'll take the play. Yeah, we can Village Rights a lackey and then Unearth it back. Let's just start with a mountain and a lackey. Then attack. Ooh, this is the better version of, quote-unquote, better version of Goblins. So we don't have a second red source. What do we do here? Let's get the Skirk down. Swing in. We can just use it as a blocker and then sack it to Village Rights to fog them some damage. Kick a Bushwhacker. Second Tomb Raider is pretty good. Triple Tomb Raider is pretty good. Go to blocks. Cancel. Block. Before damage, Village Rights the lackey. Munitions and bounce land is not the greatest. Another Skirk. Let's unearth the lackey as a blocker. Play a bounce land, bounce the swamp. Play another Skirk. No attacks, pass it over. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Take 6, go to 8. We're definitely not attacking with the Bushwhackers, so let's play it. Play the bounce land. Bounce the mountain. Cast the munitions. If we had an abrade here, we could stun rain them, which would be hilarious. Yeah, it's fine. So let's be smart about this. Go to blocks. Block a lackey. Block a Tomb Raider. Ugh. If I take 4, I go to 4, and the only thing I die to is Fire Blast, but they don't have the second mountain. I could sack this for a red and then sack this to ping this. I feel like that's really bad. Show me the bolt. Burning Tree's fine. Yeah. Good game, opponent. Well played. Okay. So they had the Tomb Raiders and the Ancient Dens. I think those are just the cards that I didn't. I think there's a version of this deck that plays Ancient Den, but this build doesn't have it. Against the aggro deck, we bring in Tarfires, we bring in Abrades. Sting Scorcher is not the greatest. Warren Weirding is not the greatest. The Unearths are pretty dead. Village Rites is okay, but not the greatest. Dark Dweller's like okay, but not the greatest. 61's fine. We can just run it back. I'll take the play. That's fine. This is much better. Play Bloodfell Caves. Pass it over. Much less imposing when it's a 1-2. Yeah, let's just play this pass. I don't have any 1-drops. Ooh, Rally at the Hornburg. Make 2 1/1s. Humans you control gain haste. That's not half bad. Play Skirk, pass. Okay, that's not a bolt. Untap land, I think we win. Galvanic Blast in response. Guess I'll make a red. Kind of forced the issue though. So now if we draw an untapped land, we can Matron for another Skirk. Bushwhacker's fine. We should play Pyroclasm or some form of mass removal. One more land that we probably would have been. This hand is not shaped out the way we needed it. We die to another Bushwhacker no matter what. I like holding up a braid. It's either you play another Putrid Goblin for another blocker, or you hold up a braid. Lightning Bolt is really good. I have to take exactly 2 to die. And that is how much I will take. So I'll block here, go to blocks. Block here, take 2. Go to 3. Land for turn, bold. Good game, opponent. Really well played. Yeah, this is the issue with playing a combo deck. Sometimes you lose to the aggro decks, and also as they come. Hey, what's up, Yor? Appreciate you dropping in. How you been? Back again. But awesome reference. My keys over there. Take the garbage out of my pockets after a long day in the warehouse. Okay. Fear inside my bones. The music's what is real. Oh. Pauper's a really fun format. You too. Thank you so much for dropping in. Yeah, it's been a minute. Just been working a lot. Edge of Eternities is coming out soon. So, just been doing a lot of different things. Lots of cardboard boxes. Just saw your recent bit about Monsters Raiders, a promo. What'd you think? Halfway decent? Did I belabor the point for too long? Curious. Because it's an interesting thing to have happen. I'll try this. I need to draw a Putrid Goblin and a Black Source. Crawling in my skin. So if I could change things, I'd put I got a couple swamps for a couple more mountains. Foundry Street would be better, but if I top deck a Putrid Goblin, it's great to just win. Was a good video. Rare to see people like exciting all kind of content because nowadays people don't have attention span. Yeah, I wanted to talk until I didn't have anything left to say, and so I kind of just went with it. That's how I like to make content in general. Is just make sure that I express the idea that I feel, and don't stop making the content until it's done. Watsy definitely trolling with the promo. Yeah, I swear, right? It's crazy. They're like, oh, we didn't know. It's like, sure, buddy. Sure. The multi-million-dollar company doesn't understand how their own game works. I disagree. Like, or they didn't have enough playtesters, right? Because I think that if you have enough people playtesting your game, you never should get in a position like that. Where's the makeshift munitions? Oh, I just didn't play my land last turn. Genius, farmer. Genius. Let's play a skirk. Curious to see what they're doing. So you have to draw 3 for 2. This card's pretty cool. Okay. Mogwar Martial trigger. Trigger. Play the bounce land. Okay, bounce the mountain. I think we just go to combat. Chrysalis is fine. I think we can kill them through the Chrysalis, which is crazy. Go through their turn. Do I care? No, I don't think I do. So this will be 1 buff to the Foundry Street Denizen. I was hoping to draw something decent. We can unearth. Trigger. We definitely could have sequenced this better if we did the first day of class first. See, it's my first day in class. I forgot to ask you what your take on proxies. I think that anything that allows players to play Magic is like a-okay. I think that like it's a conversation that maybe you should have, but I think that overall, right, the people who feel like people shouldn't play with proxies are the people who kind of feel entitled about the game, and that's nothing against them, but that's kind of like the reality of it. And I remember back to when I first started playing Magic, and like sometimes you have to proxy things because you want to experience gameplay patterns that like will make you a better player. Like playing Legacy, for example, without any proxies is very difficult. And if you just proxy the decks, then you're able to like have access to those high levels of play and those high like difficulty decks, and playing those decks will make you a better Magic player. So I think that like allowing people to play a high level game without the financial risk of like buying into like a deck is totally fair, and I respect that a lot. I think that for competitive, of course, it doesn't make much sense, and it's like a different conversation completely. But that's basically how I feel about it. I feel like it's good in specific scenarios when you're playing with your friends or you're trying to test to learn and or get better at the game. Overall, I don't care about proxies. I think that it's a non-issue. So we have a red. Let's play the makeshift munitions. So this can become 5 toughness. I'm gonna go to combat. I'll attack like this. Sure. That works for me. I don't think I want to. I think I'm okay with that just happening. It being a little bit bigger, but I don't think I care that much. Oh, I let the trigger resolve, so now we can't go back. Shoot the spawn, why not? If they have another Writhing Chrysalis, then the other one doesn't get to have counters as well. Curious to see what they do. A friend of mine is heavily against proxies, although he spends more time on cosmetic than cards themselves. Brought it up, but I guess there's no way to change some people's minds on it. Wasn't with the idea to proxy a tiger. Just don't want to run a deck to play silly stuff and build a wonky deck with cards. Totally fair. Totally fair. If you're trying to just have fun, Cleansing Welfare their own land for ramp, sure. Totally fair. I think that like the legacy example is something where it's like that's I think a good argument for people to understand why proxies are important. Is some decks are prohibitively expensive, but the format makes you a better player. So if you take the time and you're willing to learn legacy, but you just can't afford the cards, I think proxies are fine. There's like proxy legacy tournaments all the time because of the fact that nobody can afford a Gaia's Cradle, right? Like it's very difficult. And if you can, then kudos to you. Like totally fine. But yeah, I think that like it's within reason and like your play group has to agree with it, of course. But like I think that there's like definitely situations where it's important to have something like that in the game. What was it with the idea of proxy? No, yeah, already wrote that. Okay. So I think we're at the stage of the game where we kind of just gotta try to go fast. So we're gonna play this first day of class. We did not buy any. We did not grab any lessons. When we were buying cards for this deck, we did not buy any lessons. So first day text. Combat. And I swing with everything. Target this, sack this, yes. Damage. Now I can go sack a goblin, make colorless. Munitions, target, sack. And we win. All right, game 2. Seems like they're playing Jund Eldrazi. I don't think I really need duresses. Starfires and Braids don't do much. Sting Scorcher might be decent. I don't think it's the greatest, though. I think we're trying to go fast, so Unearth is not as great. Duress could at least like let us see what they're doing. Sting Scorcher for the big dude. I like this. Let's run it like that. Didn't see anything out of the graveyard. They're not playing red creatures. They're all devoid. Tarfire doesn't scale up, neither does Braid, and Unearth is not as good as Duress if they're boarding in stuff to kill our goblins. What's up, Banana? Appreciate you dropping in. Thank you so much for being here. How's your day going? Playing this Pauper Brew. We threw 4 Bushwhackers in the Mogwarts deck, and we said, hey, sometimes you just have a bunch of goblins. Bushwhacker's going to push those extra points over, and sometimes we'll get you some wins. Currently 2-2 in this league, trying to see if we can go 3-2. I mean, this has everything but the Skirk. I mean, I'll keep this. Skirk off the top, please. Matron's pretty good. We don't have a 1-drop, so let's just play this first. Yeah, this hand is pretty good. Just got to draw a sack outlet or, yeah, a land, so I can matron for what I need. Start off with this munitions. Yield it over. Sure. I'll pitch this village rights. So that's what they're doing. That makes sense. Let's just get the putrid goblin down. Land, grab, Sting Scourger. Sure. No effects. Mm-hmm. Can't cast a Bushwhacker. Interesting. Sting Scourger is actually really bad against the Chrysalis, which is crazy. Did we just get a second putrid goblin down? I mean, let's just get the putrid goblin down. We have a million chump blocks. We need to draw an untapped land. We pretty much just win this game. Yeah, so we're using Persist with the Skirk Prospector and First Day of Class in order to make infinite mana and have infinite death triggers, ETBs. First Day of Class is a 2-mana instant that says whenever a creature you control enters this turn, you put a 1/1 counter on it and it gains haste. If you cast the First Day of Class and a Skirk Prospector, then you sack your Putrid Goblin. It comes back with a -1/-1 counter and a +1/+1 counter, which cancel out because of the new rules. And then you get to sack the Putrid Goblin an infinite number of times for infinite mana. I would like to block. Until then, we have 4 fogs on this Chrysalis. Ooh, second artifact, deal 1 damage to each creature without flying. That's pretty good. Right now there's 2 artifacts. Play the Bushwhacker. Not with Kicker. Yeah, so I guess I could have done this in their upkeep, so they would have had to use a mana in their turn instead of mine. Because now this looks really bad. You still get to play this, though. Pick up a land. Bounce the swamp. Another Chrysalis? Yeah. So I gotta sit. I go to 12. Forgotten Cave is decent. I can't really Sting Scourge the Chrysalis. I guess it does buy me some time. No, because if I do that, I can't Matron. It's Matron. Go grab a Skirk. Play the Skirk. Pass it over. Then next turn, I get to go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. So is the difference between them dealing 4 and 6 this turn, if they want to crack their spawns now, which they don't. Do you know of an enchantment, art equipment, or a creature that could possibly give a creature the ability to tap for mana? Yeah, is that Paradise Mantle? There's a couple ways. There's a couple ways to give a creature tap, add in 1 mana of any color. I think you can look up probably Paradise Mantle. I think is the best one. I could have sacked it for a red and then cycled this Forgotten Cave. That was a punt then. So let me go Sting Scourger. Bounce this Chrysalis. Sack the Sting Scourger. Matron. Putrid Goblin. Now we're going to do the same thing. Kill it. Kill it EOT. That would make the most sense. They kill my munitions. And they kill my Skirk. Very interesting. Cleansing Wildfire is good. Oh, yeah, there's dust in the wind. Alright, let's go to mine. Skirk. I don't think that does it. Cycle. I don't think that does it either. But I'll try. Again, this gives us a couple more blocks. Unless they have any removal, in which case it's dead. Pulse of Morass is really good. They can pick up the Shaman. If they have another Bolt and they play the Shaman, they can sack an artifact to ping all my Putrid Goblins, and then they all die. It's pretty good. Die. We die in the air. They don't know that yet. Good game, opponent. Really well played. We're on the play for game 3. Found it. It's Silkbind Fairy, 3 CMC, 1/2 flying with 1 and 1 blue. Untap to tap target creature. Yeah. I mean, that seems sick. I think that the untap mechanics are just super unique and very cool designs. What was a card that was stuck in my hand the entire game there? Honestly, I don't think we won through just attacking. I think a Braid, honestly. Let's throw a Tarfire in too. Just like having more removal. I would like to play first. We'll try it. Oh, do we play the War Marshal first, or do we play the Skirk first? I think the War Marshal is better, even though we lose the free block. Cancel. That trigger's fine. As long as I get to draw something good. Land? Or we could do first day of class. Play Skirk, pass it over. Familiar's fine. I'll pitch a Putrid Goblin. Aha. Do we just upgrade it now? This takes away their artifacts, so if they have that shaman guy, this means they can't activate it next turn. There's no way we click through combat. No. It's okay. It happens. I make these mistakes so that you don't have to. They'd be at 13. Not yield through the turn. Go to combat. Pulse Marasa? No. Sack the lands to draw 2. Okay, that's good. So we can matron for matron. We could matron for bushwhacker. Matroning for bushwhacker is definitely the move. They do have an artifact now. Hey, no worries, Yor. Thank you so much for dropping in. It really means the world to me. Yeah, and I hope you get some good rest, bro. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for staying up till 5 a.m. It really means the world. Another chrysalis, okay. We're kind of setting up an alpha strike situation. Another matron. Take 6, go to 7. Why not block with the spawns? The spawns are free blocks, I thought. They must have a way to gain life. Like a pulse. Pulse Marasa? Mm-hmm. Oh, Death Touch and Lifelink. Oh, that's so good. Pass it over. Spell bomb's good. I love Denizen. Okay in Modern. It wasn't great, but it was okay. Do the Lifelink Death Touch thing. That was pretty fucking cool. Hey, what's up, Derek? Appreciate you being here. Ice cream, watch this stream, then bed. That's pretty dope. All right. Double Writhing Chrysalis. It's a sweat. We're going to see what happens. Another Chrysalis is pretty good. Denizen's decent. Force their hand a little bit. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Yeah, it looks pretty bad. That's 18 right there. So they get to draw because we can't discard. They get to draw because we can't discard. Flashback. Draw some more cards. Another spell bomb, just to be able to redraw. Cantrips are good. Do they get aggressive here? One creature is fine. You're okay with this? Play the Dark Door Oracle. Foundry goes off. It says this turn. I super die next turn if I attack. Sack a goblin, look at a land. Play a land. Bounce another land. Pass it over. Dark Door Oracle used to be a rare. Did you know that this goblin that's now common at one point was a rare? Because it was. I remember pulling this card in a pack in a core set and being like, wow, this is a cool rare. And now it's a common. Power scaling is wild. Actually wild. Oh, good game. Good game, opponent. Really good game. Breath weapon to finish it out. That's some quality. That's some quality gameplay right there. Okay. I think if we go back and make the changes to the deck, I feel like for a first take on Pauper, it was a really good idea to put the Bushwhackers in. The issue is, by adding the Bushwhackers, we need more red sources, less black sources. So I would cut a. What do you mean I don't have a mountain? I would cut a. I want an actual. There we go. Cut a swamp, add a mountain, because I feel like having 5 swamps in this deck was kind of insane, especially when most of our black cards are like, yes, it's the combo, but like that's 4 out of 60. And I feel like both of these cards. Unearth is probably like just a little bit too iffy. There's a bunch of different directions, but the main thing that I wanted to edit was the lands. I feel like I did not have enough red sources and not enough untapped red sources at that. So maybe we trim Bloodfell Caves or something. But the whole list felt great. I really whackers that give me some added reach. Foundry Street Denizen felt meh. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. We had some really sweet lines where we were able to go turn 1 Foundry Street Denizen, turn 2 Martial Attack for 3, turn 3 like play a Skirk, sack the or play a Skirk, unearth, sack for tokens for mana, pump up the Foundry Street Denizen, push a bunch of damage. So those lines felt really good. The Matron felt really good. Definitely need to tune the sideboard up more. Got to look more into the Pauper format, see what people play. But overall, that felt really good. Trying to stick to my schedule. They canceled Energy Minneapolis. So we won't be able to go play Modern Legacy this weekend, but tomorrow we're gonna play Legacy first at Nerd Rage Gaming, the store that's right next to where I work, and then the other Legacy stream that I'm gonna do is when I come back home, 10 o'clock p.m. CST. To you might be a little bit later depending when we finish playing in the store, but I'll be streaming tomorrow night after the league or after the paper FNM. We're gonna be playing a league and finishing up the one that we started the other day. Let me see if we can look at it. Legacy League. We are 0-2 right now. We're going to try to win out. And then also there was a 5-0 list without vials. So next time that we get to start a new Legacy League, I'm super excited because we'll be testing. Shout out to Goblin Lackey on YouTube. Kadern on mtgo went 5-0 with a Legacy Goblins list with no vials. So we're going to be testing that out next time we stream and we get to pick a list. But yeah. Let me see how long we've been streaming. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's good. I'm gonna cut it there. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoy Goblins content, if you enjoy, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more, support the channel, $1 a month gets your name read out on every stream. I'm gonna read off the members, and I'm gonna go to bed. It's been a crazy week. We got Edge of Eternities coming up. So much stuff coming up with that. Stuff in the pipeline, so stay tuned. Alpha Ronan, Tim Stopdex, Elias Sar, The Darth Newt, ADDY100K, Jared Munsterman, Annan, Roberio, Cypher777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B. Rhyme, Gorvisker, Sliver of Note, Scott McIntosh, Javier Hugo, Valeroth, Yorminder, Terrieth, Neil Burrito, and Trigger Philosophy. All you absolute legends. And thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. Till next time, tomorrow, 10 o'clock p.m. CST. Till then, I hope you have a beautiful day. Peace.